Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Unpopular Review.
Thank you all for clicking on our faces.
New flag with all that.
Okay, so I wrote down some notes.
Let's do that.
I don't want to sit through hard garbage.
That's twice. That'll probably go over about as well as Colonel Defeat.
Because there was no Jay White site.
Just straight up gangbanging.
This story has been fit. You gotta pay attention.
So Unpopular Review does not. What is she the CEO of, Chris? Jesus, golly. Let's start the show.
What's up, guys? Welcome to another edition of Aew Collision. I didn't hear the audio. Did you hear the audio on that?
No, I did not.
No, I gotta fix that. I think I don't know what's going on. Last week it had, or the week before had audio. Man, we are just. Could we say we're 24 hours, or is it less than 24 hours?
Less than that. Less than 24 hours away till AEW's WrestleMania, which is called All In. I can't wait.
Oh, I said All Out, didn't I?
All that was in September, I believe.
No, I said All Out. I should have said All In.
All In is tomorrow. All Out is
September
September 5th or 6th, I believe. Yeah.
All In is tomorrow. Guys, remember, tomorrow the pre-show starts 11 a.m. here.
Yeah.
And the actual show starts at 1 p.m. here, which is so weird. It's throwing me off because I'm so not used to watching wrestling this early in the morning. It's kind of like waking up and you're watching the NFL games that are overseas.
Yeah, I know that feeling. It's crazy, and it's crazy because WWE is doing the same thing. I'll be the first to do it this week. I'll bring it up instead of you. They're doing the same thing next week, 1 p.m. Next Saturday, Bash at Berlin. So it's crazy that both companies are doing this 1 p.m. start time, as they say it. So
I'm not gonna lie to you, I am not looking forward to Bash at Berlin. I feel like they're just doing these one-off pay-per-views, and they don't mean anything. Like it just it's just they're just blah message. I mean, really, Cody Rhodes taking on Kevin Owens. That screams, please. I have nothing else for Cody, so let's give him Kevin.
Yeah, I mean, like I said in previous reports, Seth Rollins is hurt, so they can't do that. They can't do Roman because there's a bigger storyline with his cousin right now. So they're trying to save The Rock until next WrestleMania. You know, there's really nothing, you're right, for Cody right now. I mean, they can bring AJ Styles back, but been there, done that multiple times. So who wants to see that again? I most certainly don't. I mean, who does? So that's what they're trying to do. They're just trying to, just give him an opponent, and it's kind of sad, honestly. But I'm very excited for tomorrow. Really, really excited. I think, you got Danielson, you got Swerve, you got MJF, Will Ospreay, you got your girl Mercedes Moné versus DMD Britt Baker. A lot of great matches tomorrow.
Let's not go over the card yet. Let's wait to the end.
Oh no, I never said we were gonna. I'm just saying you got a lot of great matches tomorrow. A lot better than next Saturday, I'll tell you that.
Let's actually get into tonight's Collision. Guys, this show was okay. I mean, it wasn't nothing to shake a stick at, but it was okay. We start the show off. I think this match wasn't too bad. I mean, I think for what it was, I think that listen, when you're watching Collision, you got to remember. Oh, sorry guys. Let me just turn off my phone. Sorry about that. My phone's connected to my board, so you're gonna get all the. I think tonight's show wasn't bad. We start the show off with. Hold on. Sorry. Oh, the conglomerate versus the Undisputed Kingdom. Now tell me, where did this group come from? I don't remember ever seeing this unless this is a Collision exclusive. Do you know when this all came about with Orange Cassidy and Kyle O'Reilly and Mark Briscoe? Like, I don't remember seeing this.
Yeah, they've been kind of friends for a while, I guess. And I guess they just needed, this is the thing with AEW, man. They just pull people together and they just make them a team. And that's kind of how it goes. I mean, you saw tonight with Pac and Castagnoli and the other one, I forget his name. Maybe you can help me out. Who the third one who helped the win or whatever? I forget his name now. But they just throw people together, and that is their issue right now. AEW's big issue right now is they just throw people together. So what they needed to do is they needed to throw these three guys together, and I don't know. Are they clicking? Are they not clicking? I have no idea. But I know for a fact, though, it's definitely interesting wrestling. I'll tell you that. Orange Cassidy can go more. Who is it? Yeah, Mark Briscoe, right? I think it is.
Mark Briscoe's just crazy. A nut.
Yes, he is. He's crazy. And Kyle O'Reilly, well, he doesn't like the Undisputed Kingdom. Remember he had that beef with Roddy and his former best friend, which was, of course, Adam Cole, who's still out of action, as I reported on Wednesday. So, I mean, yeah, this is another team they threw together, and do they mesh well? I don't know necessarily, but I know for a fact that these guys put on entertaining matches for sure. Yeah.
Castagnoli sounds like an Italian baker, Italian like treat. Like, hey guys, come get the Castagnoli special, like some kind of spaghetti dish or something.
Yeah, for sure. And it's weird because I think he's from Switzerland, right? He's Swiss. Everyone says he's Switzerland, so it's so weird. Yeah,
call him the Swiss cheese man.
Yeah, so weird.
And then on the other side, you had Mike Bennett, Roderick Strong, and Matt Taven. Correct me if I'm wrong. Wasn't Matt Taven somewhat in WWE at a long point in time?
Yeah, I think they all were in WWE at one point in time, right? I think a lot of AEW guys were. I mean, look, it's not surprise. These guys left WWE. They went on the indies for a while. They make a name there. From what I, understood from a YouTube video I watched on those guys, they made their, names on the indie series, and then they got, into TNA for a little bit, and then after TNA, they got signed to AEW. So that's kind of what I know about those guys. But yeah, they kind of bore me. I mean, I wasn't too surprised by them. I really don't care for the Undisputed Kingdom. I just never cared for the faction, in my opinion. So yeah.
The conglomerate are your winners for tonight. They get the victory. A couple side notes. Briscoe barking at the camera. Where's this guy at? I mean, he's quite. I feel like he's quite a sight to see with this guy. I love his promos because it just. I feel like I don't know if any of the other guys know that he's just gonna go off the cuff. Like he just all of a sudden just starts talking and barking and he leaves, and the guys are like, "Okay, what was that all about? I don't understand." Also, the refs stopped Bennett from using a chair, but unable to stop Strong from using it on Briscoe. Why does Taven's look so amonic in his promo pictures? He looks very like he's gonna murder somebody. I'm not really sure about that. Kyle O'Reilly's backbreaker looked questionable. Kind of off tonight, and then I also had Tony Schiavone keep pausing while he was speaking, seemingly at random times. So maybe Tony Schiavone had one too many shots tonight, if you know what I mean. He needs to get off the sauce.
Yeah, I mean the way he kept mentioning Bryan and Danielson and sort of Strickland like 10,000 times throughout the show was just unbelievable. I was caught that throughout the show. It was like Brian Danielson and his crew. He had a lot of history with this person. Oh, he had a lot of history with Castanio. Oh, he had history with that. Was like really that like we don't need to know all this, and they're trying to say all this. I mean, I get they want to put this guy over, but now, yeah, I kind of agree with your other co-host. Now it's making it sound like he is gonna win tomorrow, but we'll get into that later. But Tony Schiavone, he is a legend. Okay, he is the voice. He's been the voice of WCW for years. He's in AEW, and he's still great commentary, no matter what.
I mean, he was also the voice of the Braves for a while. He stopped doing wrestling, was the voice of the Braves. He was
right.
He was a voice of an MLW. So this guy, I mean, he is such a legend. I'm going to tell you this right now. I keep saying this over and over and over again, and I really do feel like this would make more sense if WWE did this. But I feel like there should be separate wings for the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
So you're going to put, and it's like Tony Schiavone was only in WWE for a short term. He wasn't there for a long time. And then he was in WCW for most of his career. So I know they're going to induct him to the Hall of Fame sooner or later. But my thing is I just wish they would have separate, like they have the celebrity wing. That makes sense. Okay. They should have an ECW wing because they own the company, a WCW wing. You know what I mean? It would make more sense. But all of a sudden they put them all together. Like some of these wrestlers like Sting, I mean, let's be honest. Sting had what, maybe 3, maybe 4 matches in WWE.
Yeah.
So,
but
realistically, he's not a WWE Hall of Famer. He's a WCW Hall of Famer.
Right, he is. But since, like you said, WWE bought the company. I remember watching this. I was a little kid. I didn't really understand what happened. I was a little kid watching Vince McMahon, and I couldn't understand why McMahon was on TV on WCW. I remember flipping back and forth, and he's like, I own. So I kind of understood it. I'm like, he owns. I remember watching this as a little kid, the way he described it. He's like, I own WCW now. I remember him doing that. I was just like mind blown because here I am flipping back on the channels, when I was a kid. My dad had to explain it to me on what actually was going on because I'm this little kid just trying to figure it out. But I couldn't believe it. But now looking back on it, you're kind of right. They should, but at the same time, they don't because they consider WCW WWE.
Yeah,
this is the thing. They consider Booker T's run in WCW, which let's face it, he had an awesome career in WCW. Part of WWE.
right.
They consider the WWE WCW championship, Hogan and Nash and all those guys. They consider it as WWE. They consider all of this. Now, you're right. Sting only had 3 matches within WWE. They were all terrible. He was not in the greatest shape of his career when he did that. Neither was he in the mindset. You go back and watch his, I think it was a Vice documentary I watched on him one night. And you can go out and look that up on YouTube. But, he said he was not in the greatest mindset. Might have been on Peacock. I don't know where I watched it. It was on Sting, though. And it was incredible because he said he wasn't in the mindset of, being Sting. And that was a huge problem when he went into those 2 or 3 matches he had in WWE. But, yeah, I can see where you're going with that. But like I said, the company wants to keep it all under one big branch, and that's WWE. But going back to AEW, though, tonight, I didn't really care for this match. I enjoyed parts of it. I thought Orange Cassidy sold it well, as he always does, but he was kind of my favorite part of the match. He always is. I think he's fantastic, by the way. So,
let's get into the next match. Willow Nightingale taking on Harley Cameron. I forgot how good looking Harley Cameron is. I really did. I think she's a very good looking chick.
She's awesome. I mean, remember, she's a former champion within this company, which is AEW. She's a former, I think, New Japan champion. right? And she's good at wrestling. I mean, honestly, there's a lot of women out there, and a lot of them are talented. But Willow Nightingale is also very talented as they come, and no wonder why she. I think she beat Mercedes. I think for New Japan Championship. I think it was, or Mercedes beat her. I don't know which one it was, but she did great on that match. I remember watching. I don't watch much New Japan, but when I watched that match was incredible, and she can just go. And tonight she definitely went, and I'm excited to see. I think she's taking on. Oh God, who is? I think it's Chris Statlander tomorrow, and I'm excited to see that. I think
Well,
that's going
later,
to be on the
yeah,
kickoff show.
later,
So
later on, we'll get into that.
yeah, yeah,
I
but
do.
I liked tonight's match. She definitely is great, and she was great tonight. Honestly, yeah, she was
I
really
do want to
good.
mention a couple things. So the CML Women's Champion, Willow Nightingale,
Yep.
she no sold several strikes before hitting her power bomb.
Yeah,
So
saw that.
th-
Yeah,
there is a slight communication error with uh Nightingale and her opponents, and this is not the first time I've seen this
right,
happen where
right.
she no sold stuff. A couple side notes. I tell you, Cameron's scream is like breaking glass. She has such a high pitch. It's ridiculous. And again, Willow was laying on those clotheslines in the corner. So you can't be perfect. I know these wrestlers, they try the hardest. They might go over some of these moves beforehand. They might go over their matches, with each other in the back. But I feel like when it comes down to being on live television and actually trying to get through a match, a lot of things probably change between the two components, because there might be something that they miscommunicated with. Maybe that person slipped and didn't hit at the right second. There's so many things that could have happened in this match. But Willow Nightingale picks up the victory. You know what? The next match I want to talk about, Jay Lethal. This man, he's been around for a while. Yesterday
Yes.
I was looking up. It's so funny because I love the fact that all three, Sanjay Dutt, Jay Lethal, and Jeff Jarrett all were in TNA, and it's like they call these guys the TNA crew. Sanjay Dutt is almost 40. He looks good. He looks. Let's rewind. His moves look good, but he's a little bit out of shape for his age. And Shigabu, I can't say his name. Shabushi,
Shibata, who? What?
Shibata,
Shibata? Shibata? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Shibata, and
Shibata.
Jay Lethal. Um,
Yes, Shibata. Yeah, yeah.
this match wasn't bad, man. Jay Lethal, like I said, his move sets are there, but you can see it's some of the stuff he used to do. He's not doing as high
Well, I
flying.
mean, I just Googled it, man. He's 39 years old.
Yeah.
He's also from New Jersey, by the way. Elizabeth, New Jersey. Shout out to them. I'm from New Jersey too. So I did not know that until they said tonight, actually. He's actually from Jersey. Elizabeth, New Jersey. That's not too far from me. But he's 39 years old, man. Still going like that. That's impressive. I gotta give it to Jay Lethal. I mean, he's still going and he's still going strong. I mean, tonight's match wasn't great, but it wasn't too bad neither. I really enjoyed tonight's match. It was very entertaining. I was looking forward. I told you guys this morning I was looking forward to this match, and definitely did not disappoint for me. For sure.
Well, we did see at the end of the Shibata put on the Iron Claw, which is known for the Von Erichs, to get the win over Jay Lethal. A couple side notes: Rhodes and Guevara issued a open challenge for All In. So does this mean that anybody can anybody
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
accept?
Yeah.
Jay Lethal looks like he put on some muscle, but like I said earlier, he put on some muscle, but he still has a little bit of gut. So that's something he's work on. And Shibata did a great job selling his leg injury, because sometimes when you're caught up in the moment, you forget to sell some of these injuries. He did good there. But you know what? I'm going to tell you this right now. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw the Von Erichs show up at All In and challenge Rhodes and Guevara for the Ring of Honor tag team champions. I would love to see that. I think that is something that we need to look out for. Because we've seen the Von Erichs a couple times.
Yeah, we have. They are training with AEW as we currently, as I currently stated before, they are training with AEW. And as far as my knowledge are, they are going to sign or have been signed with AEW already. So they're definitely going to show up sooner than later. And tomorrow, you're right, should be the opportunity. And it could be the opportunity. Tony Khan thinks so. But the question is, man, are they ready or are they not ready? That is the real question. And that is the question we have to ask as pro wrestling fans. Are they ready for championship gold? Are they even ready for a match? And we only seen them kind of put over Sting, kind of put over Darby, a little bit of help here and there back like earlier this year. But we never seen them actually wrestle. So
Cactus Katie says I am the Briscoe of UPR. I believe that.
Definitely,
I believe that
for sure.
What's going on, Steve? Is All In over yet? No, All In is not over yet. It has not even started yet. But you know what? We're getting closer. And this next match, I was very surprised because I really thought I was going to be complete crap. And it really wasn't that bad. Like, it surprised me that how these two went tonight. Hook taking on Big Bill.
Hi guys.
I really did think that Hook, I feel like some people overestimate Hook. Hook is not like the best wrestler, but he reminds me of his father Taz, where he puts enough moves on and enough to actually get through a match. And then, we're going to see tomorrow as Hook takes on Chris Jericho for his FTR championship. And if Hook loses, he cannot ever challenge Chris Jericho again for the title.
And don't forget, Big Bill and what's his name, Brian Keith are banned from ringside. Shivani said that earlier tonight.
That's right. He did say
keep that in mind as well. I'm still pulling for Chris Jericho. Obviously, I think it's the greatest thing in the AEW television history right now. He is one of the best talk about guys who, is a legend in this business. It is Jericho. Absolutely. And, he kind of needs this run right now because he's kind of stale at the moment. And I think this thing's been going, and everyone, you guys keep saying it's been stale. But honestly, I think it's some of the best of his career. I think he's trying to change up his whole gimmick, and I think he's trying to transfer into something else. But right now, I still think he's running with it, and I still think it's great. I mean, it really is fun, but getting to that later. But this match was entertaining. I enjoyed it. I thought Hook sold it well. Big Bill actually sold it well, and Big Bill's a big dude. And I think he used to be in WWE too at one point, right? I believe he was, right?
Enzo Amore and Big Cass,
Yep. I knew it. I'm like, he used to be in WWE back in the day. So it is cool to see how far he has come as a talent, and it's cool to see him on a match tonight, but him being barred from ringside tomorrow, it might help Hook. It might be the advantage Hook needs to take down Jericho. I don't know. We'll see.
Well, Mad Dog, we're going to take a quick commercial break, but when we come back, we're going to get right back into the Collision action. So stick around. And while we're gone, take a listen to one of our shows right here on UPR.
So Damian Priest hasn't made anybody. You know why? Because he can't even make himself.
Damian Priest is hot right now.
He's hot. Where do you see he's hot? He's not even. He took off the glasses. New York, Puerto Rico. That's because he's representing the hometown. Do you know New York is only 12 million people in the metropolitan area? Well, 20. But there's 310 million people living in the United States.
And he'll possibly have a match of the year in Puerto Rico with that one.
Last year?
Memorable match.
Yeah,
I was there and I was playing this
How about that? He made Bad Bunny.
Bad Bunny made himself. I like that. What
was that?
That's how he talks.
He didn't even sing that song.
Yes, he did. He does sing that song. He's in that song. That's how I first discovered him.
I like it like that.
Yeah, Cardi B. He had a verse. That's the first time I ever heard Bad Bunny.
I think you're right.
I am. Yeah, that's Bad Bunny.
That is a AEW, or I'm sorry, AEW. That is a UPR Shorts. You can always check those out through all the shows during any show during the week. Let's get right back into Collision because I do want to say one more thing about this match before we go on. The crowd over in the UK I feel like they're way more into wrestling than they are in America. And they kind of made this match more so better. I'm saying I didn't even say that right. They made this match way better than it was. With just the way that they were the back and forth with the crowd. And I tell you, no, I mean, even like when they go over to Raw or SmackDown, go over to the UK. I don't know why the American culture can't get into wrestling like they can over in the UK. Like, I mean, you heard on Dynamite with the guys over in the UK with Will Ospreay and MJF. I mean, that place, the roof blew off with those two guys.
Yep. And the reason why that happens, man, is because, and this is what my buddy said, my buddy's from the UK, right? And he said it's because they don't go over there as much. This is the thing. When they go over there, it's a spectacle. It's a huge thing. For us, we get it every city. Okay, yeah, they're coming to New York City in October. Yeah, I can go if I want to. Okay. Oh, Full Gear's coming here in November. I can go to that if I want to. We take it for granted. Man, I don't know if you ever noticed that, but we take this stuff for granted. We take pro wrestling for granted because it's all over. We can go, any week, anywhere, any city. They're all over the place. Like I said, Bulgaria, Newark here, Brooklyn, SmackDown, or Raw, in the fall. They're doing another one. I went to MSG in June, in the city. I mean, we take this for granted. They don't get it as much. And I think that's why they go crazy, because they don't get pro wrestling like we do. And I think that's why they go nuts, because it's a spectacle for them. It's like, they're crown jewel. You know what I mean? Like it's just crazy. I mean, even Saudi, when they go over there twice a year, the place goes crazy. It's just seen last time they cheered for Cody Rhodes. It was unbelievable. I mean, overseas market is huge, and I think WWE and AEW are starting to learn that and capitalize on that more, and they should. Because over here in America, we can, like you said, man, you can go to NXT any week. You sign up, go get into NXT, not a problem. But for those guys, they can't do that over there. I have a buddy of mine, like I said, bro, who has to travel 3 hours to Wembley tomorrow for the thing. He got tickets, like months ago, and he has to travel 3 hours from where he is countryside all the way to Wembley tomorrow for AEW All In. I mean, it's crazy. Right. So yeah, like I said, they take it for granted. I think that's why the crowd energy is so monumentally crazy over there, is because they don't get it as much as we do. We get bored of it. You saw it in Philly. No one really cared. Even when Undertaker showed up, no one gave a damn, because we're so used to it. They're not used to it over there. And I think that's why they're, the crowd level's so high. Yeah.
Yep. Our next match is the legendary Hall of Famer Jeff Jarrett taking on Ari Daivari. I did not know, maybe I wasn't paying attention, I did not know he signed with the company. And it's just me, this could be me just not paying attention to some of the wrestlers, but he looks good. He absolutely looks good. He looks better than he did in WWE. And I tell you what, this crowd was hot for Jeff Jarrett. The 12-time champ was just tossing Daivari around like a rag doll. And he doesn't look bad for his age, man. I'm gonna look it up. I believe Jeff Jarrett is closer to, I think he's in his mid, he's 57.
57. How about that? Wow.
He's 57, and the man looks fantastic. I mean,
He does.
He's a little slower, but I mean, the man can still put a match on, and he showed it tonight. This was a great way to showcase Double J, even if he's not getting a match at All In. He's such a classic. He's such a classic wrestler. I mean, this guy goes back, to when I was a kid back in the, the 80s and the 90s. And, he loves to strut. And tonight he showed that he still got it in him. Double J picks up the win. A couple side notes. Karen Jarrett, Karen Jarrett was very well into this match. She wanted to make it seem like she was not going to let Jeff Jarrett lose.
No. And you know why, right? You know why Jeff Jarrett's on TV. You know why Jeff Jarrett's in this company, right? No. You know what position he holds, right? You might want to go Google the position that man holds within AEW. But he is EP Talent Relations, by the way, which is Executive Vice President of Talent Relations. Basically, he could sign anybody he wants, pretty much. He's kind of not Triple H, but he is a huge part in the creative side of the company. I don't know if you know this, but he actually helped steal the deal. Talk about Von Erichs. He was the one who helped steal that deal to get them to actually sign with AEW a while back, according to Fightful Select. And like I said, he is just great. Classic wrestler. The only thing I don't like about Double J is he puts himself over too much. But that's because of his ego, and that's because who he is, and that's because the power he has in this company. But overall, he is a great wrestler still, and he's still, even my mom's boyfriend brought him up the other day. He said, how is he with this company? Is he signed? Is he not? And I'm like, yeah. I go, he's like running behind the scenes stuff, trying to get talent signed. So... And there's a lot of free agents out there, and I know he's looking because he said in a podcast I was listening the other day saying he wants to sign a lot of free agents, and there's a lot of free agents on the market right now. So I'm excited to see what he does. But tonight he put on another classic match as he always does.
Well, we still know that Jeff Jarrett's strut is probably the best in the game. That's hands down. It's close to Ric Flair. Ric Flair has a great strut. I do want to bring another side note up. We didn't really talk about it too much, but Ring of Honor Tag Team Champions, they did a promo with Dustin Reynolds and
Dustin Reynolds. Who's
I'm
Dustin
sorry,
Reynolds?
I'm sorry.
You mean Cody's brother, Dustin Rhodes?
Dustin
We
Rhodes,
brought this
Dustin
up earlier,
Rhodes
by
and,
the way.
Sammy,
I don't know where you've been, but
Dustin Rhodes and Sammy Guevara. I do got a question for you, Mad Dog.
Yeah.
Why does Dustin have two belts?
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know.
Isn't it two belts? Don't they split the belts if they're a tag team?
Yeah, they do. And he's got two belts, and then Sammy's got the one belt. So I have no idea. I asked Dan about it. Dan didn't get back to me, so I have no idea why.
Do you think he's lost his mind a little bit playing Goldust, that he thinks he's another champion somewhere else?
Maybe he just made another replica for himself. Who knows? I don't know. Fans give wrestlers replicas all the time. So maybe it was a replica, maybe it was a different one. As far as my knowledge goes, he's only the Ring of Honor World Champion with Sammy Guevara. So,
excuse me, Ring of Honor Tag Team Champions.
Tag Team Champions. I'm sorry. Yeah, Tag Team. See, I'm getting it confused. I really am. Oh my God. But I'm excited for the open challenge tomorrow. Don't know where they're going to fit this into the card, maybe on the kickoff show somewhere, but they got to fit this in somewhere. I'm excited to see who goes against them tomorrow. But yeah, I didn't even know they were champions until I found out tonight. I was like, oh, wow. I was like, okay, they're champions. I asked Dan, and Dan's like, who? And I said Dustin and Sammy, and he never got back to me. So I have no idea because I don't watch ROH that much. I know Daniel does. So, You're gonna have to ask him more about that.
Well,
but
you can always check me, Daniel, and Cactus Katie every Wednesday night right after Dynamite between 10:15 and 10:30. We do the AEW review show of Dynamite, so check us out there. I tell you what, this main event was a little over the top, don't you think? I mean, they put on a spectacle of flips, kicks, and all kinds of craziness with this match. It's the BCC, the Black. I'm sorry, Black. Oh, now I can't even say it. Go ahead, say it, Maddawg.
Blackpool Combat Club.
There you
You're
go.
welcome. I'm wearing their T-shirt tonight in support of Danielson. Let's go. Even though I think Swerve might win. Versus who
Top
was
Flight
it
and
again?
Leo Rush.
Yeah, Top Flight, Leo Rush. Yes.
So you have Pac, Wheeler Yuta, and Claudio Castagnoli,
yep.
like a Italian treat.
You really like that one, huh? Yeah.
I tell you, this match, we don't get to see Pac a lot.
No, we don't.
I've heard he has a lot of issues with traveling.
He does a lot of stuff going on with this visa all the time. And it's such a headache for the company. I feel bad for that, man. You know, it's interesting. I told my mom that story the other day about Pac and about Jacob Fatu because he had some travel issues too. Not sure if you knew about that, but Fatu had some travel issues as well recently. And you know something, man? It's just this stuff happens. And it sucks because at the end of the day, you need these guys because these guys are key players in your stories you're trying to tell, and you can't get their visas because it's a pain. Because all these customs and all you have to do and all these procedures and all this, trying to smooth over, and it goes for both companies. And it really is a shame because we don't get to see these guys as much, and we should see them more. We
definitely need to see more of these guys. But as we know that, if you don't have the correct information on your visa, they're going to stop you no matter what. I tell you what, Leo Rush, man, I feel like WWE, I feel like sometimes they drop the ball on some of these guys. I'm not going to say Leo Rush is like a world champion or anything like that, but he is a great cruiserweight.
Yeah, but they don't even think they even have that title anymore.
No, they don't.
I mean, come on. You got to be honest. Does he, and this is what you really have to ask yourself, Vinny, does he really fit into today's WWE standards of WWE television?
Probably not.
My answer, and you just answered it yourself, is no. And that's the issue. And that's why they got rid of him. That's why they cut him down. Because
if you kept him in NXT, I think you would have had him.
What? I mean, champion? He's definitely not champion material. He's no.
But what I'm saying to you is, no, it wouldn't be champion. But I mean, he would fit in with a lot of the other high flyers there. They need. See, the problem with NXT sometimes is they need names. They need people to put ass in seats, and sometimes they don't do that.
No, I mean, look, they dropped the ball with Ricochet. AEW just signed him. We're probably going to see him in that gauntlet match tomorrow, most likely. I really believe we're going to see he signed on the dotted line earlier this week. It was a big deal. I couldn't report on it because it happened the day after. I was upset about it. I go, damn. He signed the day after I did my news segment, which, by the way, you can catch me. I do in the news every week after they do their AEW review show. So make sure you guys tune into that every Wednesday. But like I said, with this thing with Ricochet, man, you're right. They should have kept him around in NXT, and they did not. And now he's in AEW, and now he's going to fill seats there. I can't wait to see him tomorrow. I'm telling you, he's showing up tomorrow no matter what.
Pac sealed the deal tonight with a Black Arrow, giving the victory to the Blackpool Combat Club. Blackpool Combat Club.
Blackpool Combat Club. Here you go. I'm wearing the shirt, so you remind. There you go.
But after the match, I tell you what, this was a little showcase of what's to come on Sunday's show. You had the
Morris show.
You had the Bang Bang Gang. You had the House of Black, the Patriarch.
Yeah.
You had Chris and Cade come out and started all, talking about, they're going to take it all the way to the bank. And
he is the godfather, as he said in his remarks. He is the godfather of the ladder match, and that is very, very true.
I wouldn't say that
started
because
that
you know
many years ago.
Yeah, but you know what though? Before him, it was Shawn Michaels.
Okay, yeah, got a point. I mean, it was, yeah.
Some side notes. Pac got one of the biggest reactions of the night. That UK crowd ate up Pac, and Nigel McGuinness referencing why Pac and the BCC teaming up was a surprise. I tell you what, they got Niall got a really big pop too. He's from the
great,
UK as well.
Man. He's great. He got a big pop even when I went to Collision last year, man. He got a huge pop even from the New Jersey crowd. Everyone came out because, as you guys know, they come out, they do their whole spiel for like 5 minutes. He got a huge pop even when he was here in New Jersey. But that guy's just popular, man, and he's great. But the UK, they love him and they love their pro wrestling, and that's why they're getting this tomorrow. If I'm not mistaken, there's no seats left for All In tomorrow. They packed that stadium big time, so I'm really excited. But yes, Pac though, man, he's awesome, and honestly, I wish we could see him more, and we should see him more because he's a great wrestler. And he's just really strong. He's really strong, and he's good at what he does. And it sucks he has so many problems with his visa, and all those other issues he has getting here and there and in and out of the country. So, but yeah, I thought the match was really solid. And I really believe that, to tomorrow, here it is, actually. Tickets still available. 2,337. Current setup, 54,032 seats. So that's the setup. And tickets distributed, 51,695. So there you go. There's your current setup, and there's your current ticket marker for AEW All In, which is tomorrow, by the way.
They got a little ways to go. I gotta tell you, Fly Eagles Fly. Fly Eagles Fly. Dante Martin, man. I tell you, this guy is a leapaholic. He is a high flyer. He's impressive. I mean, I'm surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if this guy jumps from the kitchen to his bedroom into the bed at night when he goes to sleep. I mean, this guy flips into the shower to get cleaned at night.
He does, and he's always been impressive. Top Flight's a great tag team, very underestimated tag team. I got to see those guys in action last year in person, man. Those guys can go. Okay, even without the announced team and anything, okay, those guys can definitely go any match, anytime, and put on some great moves. I mean, I got to see them live on Collision. I was lucky enough they were there that night. I forgot who they versed, but it was still high-flying action. Even my mom, who knows nothing about pro wrestling, even enjoyed it. She was like, wow, she goes, those guys can fly like crazy. And I was like, yeah, they can. That's what they do. That's what they're known for. And it's just impressive. And they were impressive tonight too. As always. So,
well, real quick, let's not take too much time on this because I want to make this a short show. 1 year after making history, last year with All In, we have the return of All In at the Wembley Stadium in England. Tomorrow, start time is 1 p.m. Eastern time. Pre-show starts at 11 a.m. Eastern time. Let's talk about the pre-show real quick. Pre-show, we have Chris Statlander and Stokely Hathaway taking on Willow Nightingale and oh boy, I hate these.
Willow.
Oh boy. Is she Tamura Ishii. I'm botching it. I know I'm botching
Who?
it.
Tabushi?
Ibushi. There you go.
Tabushi?
Ibushi. There
There
you
you go.
go. Ibushi.
Or is it Tabashi? I have no idea. I'm
It's
close. I think it's
Kabasi. It's
Tabushi.
Kabasi.
Kabasi's a food, I thought. I mean, no, you're confused. No, you're confusing me. Okay. I don't know. I'm excited for the match. I don't know how good it's gonna be, but anything with Will and Knight, I'm gonna watch. So,
well,
I'm
real
excited.
quick, this is the order that they're predicting that the actual card's gonna go. I said this on Thursday. If you did not see our AEW review show, reviews of All In, go back and watch it. We did a show Thursday, me, Dan the Man, and Cactus Katie. It got a little hectic. It got a little off the wall. And at the end, it was all chaos, but we got through it. Opening match, they're predicting the All-American Championship. MJF taking on Will Ospreay.
Yeah.
The Casino Gauntlet for the future AEW World Championship match. We also got the AEW Women's Championship. Toni Storm also going to be taking on Mariah May.
Yep.
This one actually should be. This one should be. This should be good. This should be a good one, man. These two ladies have been battling out promos, cat fights, you name it, they've done
Mariah it. Dressed up as Tony once, man. It got absolutely crazy. She dressed up as her opponent. Who does that? That's wild.
They do.
Apparently, they do, and it's wild. It's crazy what they do, man. I think Mariah's gonna take it though. Honestly, I really do.
This is gonna be a coffin. Is it a coffin match? Right?
Coffin match. Let's go
for the TNT Championship. We got Jack Perry taking on Darby Allin. This one should be, in the words of JR, a slobber knocker.
This is gonna be fun. I think Jack Perry's gonna retain on this because this guy's got the best EVPs behind him. He's kind of protecting his little bubble right now, and I think since it's a coffin match, I think anything's gonna go. I think Bucks are gonna get involved. I think Jack Perry's gonna stay your champion.
Last chance match. FTW Championship is on the line. Chris Jericho taking on Hook. We've already talked about this before. I don't see Hook losing this match. Don't see Hook losing this match. I know this match coming up. I know that you're really excited about this one. I know you're
absolutely. I still can't get my shirt.
We have the CEO, Mercedes Moné, taking on the Dr. DMD, Britt Baker, for the championship, for the women's championship. This is going to be a big deal.
It is a big deal. Hey Vince, what's she the CEO of?
I have no idea, Maddawg. Everybody keeps asking that question. I have no idea. 4-way London ladder match. I wonder what a London ladder match is, but we will find out tomorrow. For the AEW Trio Championship, we got the Patriarch Chris Jericho. Christian Cage, Kill Switch.
Yeah, you're okay. Yeah, Christian Cage, Patriarchy.
Taking on the Bang Bang Gang Club. UC Robinson, Austin Gunn, and Colton Gunn. And then we have the House of Black in this match as well. We have Malachi Black, Brody King, and Buddy Matthews making his return.
From injury. From injury.
Just added.
They did.
And the Blackpool Combat Club, Claudio Castagnoli and
Wheeler Yuta.
Yep. So that's gonna be an interesting match.
Who do you think's gonna win?
What did I say on the show? I believe I went with the Gang Bang Club. I'm not sure. I gotta go back.
Okay. I personally think that as Christian Cage said, he's the godfather of ladder matches. I think the Patriarchy still will retain. Something will happen. He'll retain.
3-way tag team championship match. The young Bucks, Matthew and
best
Nicholas
EVPs
Jackson.
In the world, by the way. Absolutely EVPs. The best EVPs in the entire world.
taking on the Acclaimed, Anthony Bowens and Max Caster, taking on FTR, Dax Hardwood, Cash Wheeler. I said this on the show on Wednesday, or on Thursday, actually, that last year's All In, it was the Young Bucks taking on FTR. So it's kind of a coincidence that now it's a triple threat match to round off 2024's card.
Yep. And honestly, I still think the Young Bucks are going to retain out of all of them. I don't think that, once again, the protection of the company, protection of everything, I think the Young Bucks are going to retain this match, but it's still going to be entertaining as hell to see who comes out the winner. But I'm thinking, the best EVPs in the world, the Young Bucks.
So our last, well, there is a match. We don't know when it's going to be put into the card, but supposedly the Ring of Honor World Champions,
correct, just announced tonight.
Dustin Rhodes and Sammy Guevara is an open challenge.
Yep.
This might be on the pre-show, me up in the main show. We're not sure yet. And then we have the big one, man. The AEW World Championship.
Here we go.
Will be decided as Swerve Strickland.
Whose house?
Will be taking on Bryan Danielson. And if Bryan Danielson loses, he has to retire.
And go back to WWE where he's going to go. Ooh, go story.
I think I said Swerve's taking this match. I did.
Yeah. Yeah, and I believe it too, even though in the back of my mind and my heart, I want Danielson to win. But obviously, the rumor is he's going to lose, go back to the E, get the Hall of Fame career, maybe the Hall of Fame bout. Kind of wants it. I've been hearing the rumor. Dan said to me on Wednesday or in a text, he goes, "You don't believe that crap." I go, actually, I said Cody Rhodes actually went back to WWE. And I didn't think that was ever going to happen. I mean, the man created AEW, and he's in the other company as their champion. I said anything can happen in pro wrestling. And don't tell me it doesn't happen, Vince, because Chris Jericho said, I remember listening to, whatever, Web is Jericho one time, said that Triple H tried to get him back into WWE, into a Hall of Fame run like a couple of years ago when Hunter took over WWE. So this stuff does happen. And Jericho said it was contract tampering at best. But, this though, I do believe Swerve Strickland's going to take this tomorrow, and Danielson's going to walk out, and I think we're going to see him. I think he's really going to sign with WWE just one more time. They're going to give him the Hall of Fame run. They're going to give him the final WrestleMania match next year. And I personally believe they're going to give him the bout already because that man deserves it. And he's been, in wrestling for 30-something years. And he's put time, effort into it, man. And he deserves the Hall of Fame already. He really does, to be in the WWE Hall of Fame, and I really hope he does go back. I don't know if it's going to be true, but I really do hope he does, at least. So,
well, Matt, what would you give tonight's show? What rating would you give it?
If I had to give tonight's show, I would say probably a solid, maybe B-, my man. I would say B-. They had a little bit of hiccups. The end was just total chaos, but every Collision show is always chaos, so you really can't judge that. But I would say B-. A lot of good stuff here, but honestly, it should have been a lot better for a pay-per-view. We're less than 24 hours away from All In. Better get off, go get some sleep. It's a busy day tomorrow. But, from All In, and it's your big show, and the card really wasn't that big tonight. So I would say B-.
Oh, excuse me. I'm gonna give it a B- too. I'm gonna give it a low B. Before we go, I do want to say one thing. I want to talk about the shows right here on the UPR all week long, starting on Monday. It's the Mike Knox Show, 6 p.m. Eastern Time. This man will go through WWE, AEW, NXT, SmackDown, Raw, you name it, he got it. At 7 o'clock on Tuesday night, we have the Raw Review Show with the executive consultant and one of his many guest hosts. On Tuesday night, right after NXT, it's the NXT review show with the Wrestling Doll. Wednesday, you can check me and the guys, Maddawg Kelly, Cactus Katie, Venomous Vince, Dan the Man, as we give you AEW Dynamite. Thursday night is top 5, whatever we choose from. And then Saturdays at 12 p.m., it is SmackDown Penitentiary with Z is Silent. This man will bring you anything and everything SmackDown related. Really good show. This guy can put on a great performance. And if you've not seen the SmackDown review at 12 o'clock on Saturdays, check it out. And then you can come and check us out Saturday nights right after Collision. We're going to try to make this a every Saturday thing. It's hard sometimes, but we're going to really try right after Collision, 10 o'clock Eastern time, right here on UPR. Maddawg, it was a pleasure. Thank you so much for joining me.
Real quick, I do want to note 1 year ago, one of my favorite wrestlers, aka Wyndham Rotunda, passed away, aka Bray Wyatt within WWE. Somebody Bryan Danielson actually faced. Believe it or not, you can go back and watch that match. That match was freaking awesome. They had a great match at the Royal Rumble. It was a strap match. So they had, I think, a couple of matches within the WWE Daniel's career. He had a couple matches against Wyndham, but I did want to, just throw that out there. R.I.P. Bray, because he was probably my favorite wrestler because I relate to him so much. And he really helped me get through a tough time. When I was going through a tough time, I kind of watched some of his promos. His matches kind of got me through a funk. So I really just want to say RIP to him. And it really is such a shame. It's already been 1 year since we lost him. It really doesn't feel like that, but it is. Yeah.
RIP Bray Wyatt. We're gonna miss you, buddy. But we still have the Wyatt 6 doing their thing. So we'll see what's going on there. But until next Saturday, check out Collision, 1 p.m. Eastern time. I'm screwed up tonight.
All in is tomorrow
at 1 p.m. tomorrow. Check it out. 11 o'clock start time for the pre-show, 0 hour. From Vincent and Maddawg Kelly. We'll see you guys next time.
See you guys next time.